Every year, the National Association of Realtors does a comprehensive survey of the characteristics of buyers and sellers from the previous year. What can we learn from this year's survey? For example, what was the average age of the typical first-time home buyer? What percentage of home buyers were first-time home buyers? All of these questions and more will be answered in today's video, and we're going to get after it right now. Hi, my name is David Matney with Nebraska Realty. I'm a local realtor here in Omaha, Nebraska. Now, if you like today's content, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in the Omaha area, my contact information is in the description below. Let's take a look at first-time home buyers. What percentage of home buyers were first-time home buyers? Well, in 2023, 32% of the buyers that were out there were first-time home buyers. That's up from 2022, when only 26% of the home buyers were first-time home buyers. This graph goes all the way back to 1981. Look at the difference between the 1990s and the years post the Great Recession. In the 1990s, first-time home buyers represented a larger share of the buyers on the market. Now look at the years of the Great Recession, 2008, 2009, 2010. Look how we had a spike where 50% of the buyers that were out there during those years were first-time home buyers. Now this was the year of the $8,000 tax credit. So that really moved a lot of buyers forward, and they purchased in that year. And look at how after that it dropped off just a tad. And then as the decade went on, it slowly declined to the 33%, 34%. And then in 2022, when we had those extremely low interest rates, how difficult it was for buyers, first-time home buyers, to get a contract accepted. So that's when it dipped to 26%. But it's nice to see that last year it rebounded a little bit to where 32% of the buyers out there were first-time home buyers. Let's look at the median age of home buyers. The median age for the first-time home buyer went down from 36 in 2022 to 35 in 2023. Look back at the 1980s. The age of the first-time home buyer was in their late 20s. Some of this reflects society itself and how more young people are getting married later in life. Now, for repeat buyers, the median age was 58 in 2023 versus 59 in 2022. Look at the graph for repeat buyers. It went from the 30s in the 1980s to the 50s in the years after the Great Financial Crisis. Let's look at the adult composition of home buyer households. 59% of the buyers in 2023 were married couples. Look at how that number has decreased since the 1990s, when the percentages were in the 70s and the 60s. Again, that's a reflection on society as fewer couples are choosing to get married. Look at single females. 19% of the buyers were single females versus 10% of the buyers being single males. Now look at the line in green, and that represents unmarried couples. In the 1980s, 3% of the home buyers were unmarried couples. But today, you see that number has jumped to 9%. Again, something you see more in today's society are unmarried couples. All right, let's look at home buyers with children under the age of 18. Look at the difference now versus 30 years ago. In 1985, 58% of the home buyers had children under the age of 18 in the home. Today, only 30% of buyers had children under the age of 18. Look at the buyers without kids. In 1985, 42% of the buyers did not have kids in the home. Today, 70% of the buyers did not have kids in the home. And that makes sense because in today's dollars, it's much more unaffordable and kids take a lot of money to raise. So homes are more affordable. So you're going to see fewer households with children under the age of 18 buying homes. What about the number of children? 70% of the buyers had none, 13% had one child, 12% had 2 kids, and only 5% had 3 kids at home. If you're buying a home, buy a home before you have kids. Now, this is interesting. 14% of all buyers purchased a multi-generational home. Now, the reasons for the purchase, 20% of all buyers are looking at health considerations and caretaking of aging parents, and 22% of all buyers were doing it for cost savings. But look at the first-time home buyer column. 15% of first-time home buyers bought a multi-generational household. And again, the reason for when the first-time home buyers were purchasing a home, that would be for cost savings. Okay, what about highest education achieved by a household head? And this is percentage distribution. 83% had an associate's degree or higher. 31% had a bachelor's degree, and 26% had a master's degree, MBA, or a law degree. So again, what this graph is telling us, it's going to be more affluent, more educated, and households purchasing homes in today's market. What about military service? This is a chart showing the self or spouse partner is an active military or veteran. Only 18% were either an active duty service member or a veteran. 82% of the buyers out there had no prior military service or is not currently in the military. What about household income of first-time and repeat buyers? The median income for all buyers was $107,000. For first-time home buyers, it was $95,900, and for repeat buyers, it was $111,700. Look at the income from a married couple. It was $113,200 for first-time home buyers, and it was $131,800 for repeat buyers. Again, clearly this is showing only the more affluent can afford to buy a home in today's market. Okay, what was the primary reason for buying a home? 60% of all first-time home buyers, it was their desire to own their own home. For repeat buyers, 16% wanted to be closer to family, and 14% of repeat buyers wanted a larger home. Only 6% of buyers were moving for relocation. Speaking of relocation, if you're considering moving to the Omaha area, be sure to watch this next video as we cover 25 essential things you need to know before moving to Omaha. Thanks, and make it a great day.